Stuart jumped at the chance to take his place, so the plucky Scot completes our lineup in place of John. So Stuart, Steve and James are our final three, and what an emotional journey it's been for them. And for me, if I'm being honest.
I'm a bit apprehensive about facing the Wipeout zone because I know when night falls, it's going to get pretty scary.
When you've got this kind of looming on top of you, the pressure kind of starts to pile on.
I think I can 100% get around it, no problems. It's just how many times I fall off. And how many times James doesn't fall off is what I'm worried about.
Steve and myself have been rivals throughout the whole competition, I think. I always want to get one better than him.
Steve reckons he's going to win the money, I know that. He probably won't say that outright.
I'm 100% confident in winning this. Planned it all out in my head, and I'm sure it'll go exactly to plan.
Everybody does love an underdog, so if I was to beat these two fit guys, then I think I might get a bit of a cheer.
Absolutely brilliant being here. It's every boy's dream, this obstacle course.
Always enter stuff, always game for stuff, but rarely win them. So to be here within touching distance of 10 grand is a huge achievement for me already, but it'd mean everything for me to win.
I'll have to make sure I win it now because there's no point in going home unless I've won it.
I'm incredibly proud that I've managed to get this far. I think I've really accomplished something for myself. But to win, that would be the ultimate goal in this. I'd be over the moon if I got that far.
Our final three contestants have done brilliantly. It's taken blood, sweat and tears, mostly from Amanda, to get them to where they are now. But it's time to face the biggest test of them all, the Wipeout zone. This is what our finalists, Stuart, Steve and James, are up against. They begin with a high-speed slide down Killer Surf. Then they paddle to the barrel run. It's a bit like hurdles, but they're moving and they're barrels. Next, it's a slippery climb underneath a waterfall, before leaping onto the fast-revolving spinner. Next, the rolling beam, and finally, the launch pads. The fastest competitor will win £10,000, and after going through all of this, they might need to spend it on therapy and a massage. Back to Amanda.
And now 3 become 1. That's right, it's the Wipeout zone. And the first contestant to brave it tonight is Stuart.
There's no doubting Stuart is the underdog in the Wipeout zone. Don't forget he's been eliminated and then reinstated. It's an amazing comeback on the cards. He's off. Now the clock started ticking the moment Stuart began his descent, so he needs to get out of that water and onto the barrel run as quickly as he can. He's taking it slowly. Okay, now he reaches the barrels. And Stuart's on the back foot already. That ramp is covered in grease. Hurdling the barrels is the fastest approach. Stuart's opted for belly flopping over them. He's looking exhausted already and he's not even halfway through the first obstacle yet. Come on, Stuart, hurry up. We only have a finite number of barrels. Surely this is overly cautious from Stuart. He's taken to crawling like a baby now. Look where you're going, Stuart. Ouch. Now onto the climbing wall. He's being very careful here too. Come on, Stuart, you need to chalk up a competitive time. The weight of that water against him constantly. Oh no, he's off! It looked like he just didn't have enough energy to hold on. Had enough energy to hold his nose. Right, Stuart must now get himself back up that ladder and back onto the climbing wall to finish that obstacle and make his way to the spinner. This isn't easy. As well as gravity and exhaustion, Stuart has to battle 2,000 litres of water a minute pouring onto his head. He's fallen in again. That is a massive setback for Stuart, setting the benchmark time today. That's going to be hurting now. In case you're wondering, this isn't another replay. It's Stuart's third attempt at the wall. You can see the pain written on his face up there now. If Steve and James were allowed to see this, they would be smiling, but they're not. This is the point where he struggled before. Come on, Stuart. No, he's admitting defeat. Stuart has battled hard, but those torrents of water got the better of him. He's out of the running.
Oh, Stuart.
Stuart's belly flop technique made a meal of those barrels. His efforts were valiant, but ultimately that waterfall got the better of our underdog.
Stuart, my man, come on in. I mean, you threw in the towel. You literally couldn't get a grip.
So greasy after coming up the ramp, I just couldn't get a grip of anything, and it's been a long day and I'm absolutely spent.
It is now down to our remaining two finalists, Humble Steve and Hairy James. Steve's next. Can he complete the course, or will he end up doing a Stuart, as I'm now going to call him? It's over to Steve.
Come on!
None of our finalists get to watch each other on the course, so Steve has no idea Stuart didn't finish. It's up to our self-proclaimed favourite to set the fastest time he can. Well, he's already looking quicker than Stuart here, but there's a whole lot of course yet to come. Will the barrel run humble Steve? It is slippy up there today, and those barrels are proving a nightmare. Steve's having trouble getting over them when they're not moving. He's up and running now. Much better, but looking tired as he approaches the wall. The wipeout zone is incredibly demanding. He's onto the wall now. Let's hope Steve can keep his mouth shut, because there's about to be a lot of water pounding down on him. Keeping his centre of gravity low. Making great progress, but will he do a Stuart at this point? He's across. Now he's got to transfer to the spinner. He's on, he's safe. A lot of competitors have fallen here. Now he must make the transfer to the next obstacle for the rolling beam.
Round and round, Steve spin.
Yeah, say what you see, Amanda. He's done it! He's made it first time. That is not easy. He made it look simple. The rolling beam now. This is free rolling. He needs balance, but speed. Oh! Stayed on. 2 launch pads to go, and he's finished. Just one more jump after this launch pad. And he's done it! Great job from Steve. 2 minutes, 10 seconds. That is one of the fastest times we've seen all series. Well, his barrel run wobble aside, Steve gave a masterclass in how to tackle the wipeout zone. Got some humble words for us then, Steve?
You have been consistently confident and slightly cocky all the way through the wipeout course, so you think you did well?
Yeah, it was slowed me up a bit on the barrels, but then it was easy. Easy, clean sailing from then on. Pretty happy with that.
So, Humble Steve comes home with a very quick time indeed, but now it's James's turn. And remember, he was only 3 seconds behind Steve in the qualifier, so it really is all to play for.